Managing and keying effects. So this is a basic example of how to put an effect on a layer and how to key it. In this case, I have a layer set on this car to multiply. If you click the eye, you can turn it on and off. And what I want to do is click on color change, the layer itself, and I want to go up to effect. Now there's a million effects in here. Let's go to ones we use all the time, and that would be this range right here. Let's go to hue saturation. Over here I have the effect palette. Also, if you look at the layer itself, it has an effects dropdown, and everything within here should be up here. But a lot of times it's a little bit easier sometimes to see it here. But then again, it's also easier to see the key effects down here. So whether you work back and forth, I always like working here because I can at least see where it's keyed. Here I cannot. Alright, in this case, I want to be able to change the color of the car and key it. Well, I'll have to turn colorize on, and now I have access to the provided channels. So the one channel above sometimes always affects the channels below, as far as like on-off switches go. Alright, in this case, I want to put the saturation back up to 100%. And if I change this layer, right here, the hue of it, you can see it changes the color of the car. Well, all I do is have to click the stopwatch, scrub across the timeline, change the color of the car. Okay, hit the space bar and you'll see the transition of that color. If you want the transition to stay a little bit longer or be a little longer, we have to change the composition time. Okay, we do that by going back into the project, click on the car composition, and go to composition settings. In this case, I want this to be like, let's say, 5 seconds. Alright, now over here, I should have the ability to go a little further. Alright. Now, the one thing though is if you look, the composition dead ends right here where it was. So I would have to stretch each layer out just like that to match the new composition time. Okay. Now, if we go back to the color change layer, I can look for the key for hue saturation. It was back here. And then I can move that key further down the line to the new time. Now let's take a look at it. A nice smooth transition. If you want it to loop, what you would do there is, let's say I take this one, we'll zoom out, put it right about here, and what I like to do is just copy this number. Oh, go down here, sorry. Find out what number you used, Control C, Control V. Alright, now goes to a yellow, then back to a red, and pulses because it's within a loop. Alright, so that's managing effects. Again, there is effects and presets. Oh, sorry, effect controls. it's just a little easier to be able to control it down here where you see your keys. So whether you use up here or use down here, that's up to you. Enjoy.